Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome once again to Maxspeedtv. Thank you very much for joining me tonight. Hope everyone is excited as I am for what is going to be an absolutely mental all-star race as the OP Racing Superspeedway Series presents the International Tour All-Star Race right here at Monza. And in case you missed it, or if I didn't say it, my name is KR Stolfus. Thank you very much, guys, for joining me tonight. Hope everyone is ready to see some high speeds and some crazy narrow racing here at Monza. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Walls Beard Co., Colby's Eye Paints, the Ohio IndyCar League, simspeedshop.com, iBog, and the Hershey Design Company. But before we go any further, as we like to do here on Maxspeedtv, we're going to step away for our national anthem.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, where qualifying has gotten underway. Right now we're looking at the 80 of Tommy Gossett. Tommy going down this long straightaway here, sailing it off into turns number 3 and 4. Get a short look at him through the new Monza versus the old Monza. Saw the tunnel for the Formula One Monza track. So as times start rolling in, we'll start reading them out to you. But right now, nobody has set a time. Everyone trying to get up to speed on this very large track here tonight. Travis Elliott in the 51, he's making his way down the backstretch now. You see the speeds here, 206 miles an hour, now 207. This is single car qualifying at 207. Rumor is in the draft, they'll be doing right around 230 miles an hour. Alex Greene in the 15 machine, Napa Auto Parts, blue and white. Got some Napa know-how on that thing. He's going to know how it feels to get airborne here tonight, along with several other drivers. It's going to be a great race. Not going to be taken too serious here tonight. We're going to have a lot of drivers here on a very, very small track. Oh, got him. Jacob Sayers in the 39. Right now he is currently in 6th place qualifying. Down into turn number 1. He's fallen all the way to 8th, now into 3rd. Derek Conley in the 28 right now on pole with the quick time of a 46.169. Conley running an iconic Haviland black and yellow and red machine right there. Jordan Wright in the 95 machine right now. He is 5th. As Glenn Bundren in the 37 getting bent out of shape here. Tagging that wall into turn number 1. The 93 of Isaiah Dupree go on aboard with him. You see just how intense this track is. Extremely narrow. And then you gotta make room for this corner, and really the cars only are gonna be able to be about 2 wide, and even that is gonna be intense as Isaiah Dupree gonna get into the grass there, touching the apron. He's going to go hard into the infield. Noah Wheeler in this green and black number 2 machine. Right now he is currently 9th. As I mentioned, Derek Conley in 1st place right now. Landon Loper in the 23. He is in 2nd. Brent Elmore in the 31 machine. He flashes past that little opening between the trees. He is currently 3rd, so that will make up your top 3 right now in qualifying. Stephen Herman in the 71, he's making a break for it now. He has yet to turn a lap time here in qualifying. He is slowly getting that thing up to speed. That 71 machine put on a heck of a show the other night. And Herman making a break for pit road. Lucas Cram in the 44. Running a blue and white throwback paint scheme there to a Jimmy Johnson / Lowe's. Only it says Lucas on it. Very creative. I enjoy the creativity from that car. A creative driver as well. Kind of puts himself in peculiar situations and finds a way to survive and make it work. So Lucas Cram in the 44. He once won a stage without winning a stage. You might be wondering, well, how did he do that? Well, that's because this broadcaster is not the sharpest crown in the box. Well, that's all right. A 44 Lucas Cram right now in the final spot for the top 5 considerations in qualifying here. Again, we're just going to rip down this front stretch here at over 200 miles an hour. Send it off into turn number 1. Let me tell you, these cars get very light going into turn 1, especially if you're a little too high. And here we go. We're going for a ride. Lucas Cram landing it on the guardrail. doing a 360 in the air, or now we're 180 back behind. You know what? That is worthy of a Maxspeedtv instant replay, as we have only one other car out on the track right now. Lucas Cram coming off of turn 2, hitting the jump. Almost landing on all fours, catching the guardrail. So quite the fun experience for Lucas Cram. And he is still sitting there upside down as we go back live. Stephen Herman in the 71 machine. He is now out on the track and has turned in a time. Herman right now in 18th place. Go on board with Herman. Looking back, you can see just how much the trees flash past. And then the banking of the track, as we're on our gyro cam. See the track go back behind you, the trees disappearing. There was the bump going into turn 1. Gotta be very careful about that. Final minute of practice or qualifying. And right now, Stephen Herman is the only car out on track. He's gonna hit the jump himself, taking it to the tires. Again, another Maxspeedtv replay here in qualifying, as Stephen Herman in the 71 machine. Slowing down here through 1 and 2. Gonna yank the wheel to the left. Smack into the tire barrier, do a couple flips, roll down the embankment, and end up on the tires. And the checkered flag is waving here at Monza. And it's time to go through our starting lineup as the field starts taking to the grid. Our starting lineup brought to you by Walls Beard Co. Row number 1, Derek Connolly in the 28 machine with a 45.966. Getting a quick time out here tonight. Kelly Milam going to start on his outside. Row number 2. Who's in row number 2? Well, let me tell you about it. Row 2 is Landon Loper and Brent Elmore. Row 3 will be Lucas Cram and Doug Rice. Row 4 will be Alex Greene and Jacob Sayers. Row 5 will be the 51 of Travis Elliott and the 2 of Noah Wheeler. Row 6 will be David Wright and Jordan Wright. Row 7 will be the 71 of Stephen Herman and Les Levy. Row 8 will be Isaiah Dupree in the 93 and the 37 of Glenn Bundren. Row 9, Tommy Gossett in the 80, Aspen Melvin in the 84. Row 10 will be Tristan Walker in the 17 and the 24 of John Larson. Row 11 will be made up of Mark Vega and Cody Ober. And the final row, row 12, Donald Bell and Robert Payne. That is your starting lineup as everyone is starting to pull away from the grid. Through the trees, we're going to lose them a couple of times here in the blimp. Get a brief glimpse of them, but the blimp offers a beautiful picture of all the trees and greenery and just kind of how picturesque this track really is. The settings of this track makes it feel like it's really right in the middle of nowhere, and running this oval, you really feel like you are running down a backcountry road with how narrow it is, how fast the trees flashed past you. So the field lined up, lights are out on the pace car. We are going to go a green flag racing. We will have 2 stages, or I should say 3 stages. Stage 1 is going to end here on lap 25. Pace car getting ready to peel off. And there it goes. And here comes the field getting ready to go. Green flag.
Green, green, green.
And there it is. Everybody getting onto the throttle. We're going to see some drafting here. We already got one in the grass. That is the 2 machine. He is taking it out on the foam cones. But Derek Conley, our race leader right now, and the caution has already come out as John Larson in the 24 with heavy damage. We're going to go to instant replay here. John Larson in the 24. Looked like he just drove right into the wall there. Not sure if he didn't know where he was going or what, but just caught that inside wall. So John Larson here with heavy impact early on. He is headed for pit road. Or not. He's going to stay out as we are back live, working our first caution of the night. Field has caught up to the pace car. Out front, Derek Conley right now, Landon Loper in the 23. Kelly Milam in the 46 will round out our top 3 drivers right now. field working their way. Several cars coming down pit road. We do have a 100 laps here tonight. Last few stragglers coming off of pit road. So lights are on the pace car. As I said, we are working our first caution here tonight. So while we have a moment, why don't we step away and we'll be right back. Alright guys, we are back here at Monza. Lights should be getting ready to go off on the pace car, and those foam blocks absolutely getting destroyed. Cars peeling off, last second fuel window options here. Speaking of fuel window options, our race analysis for tonight. As you can see, it's an overcast day. Very cool weather. 100 miles or 100 laps for tonight's event at 264 miles. Tires are achieving well over 300 degrees after 15 laps, so that's about the time they're gonna start letting go. And our fuel window is right around 15 to 20 laps, depending on how much drafting is done. And that's why you saw some of the guys peeling off at the last second to get some fuel. And we may see a long green flag run here. We may not, as this is just an event for a good time. Pit road speed limit listed at 70 miles an hour. We go on aboard with Landon. Landon looks like he is trying to pedal the car here, saving some fuel. Field working their way out of turn number 4, getting ready for the green flag. Pace car peeling off. Here we go. Everyone getting ready. Green flag flying once again here at Monza. Down into turn number 1 we go. Derek Conley with the lead. Landon Loper in second, and third place Kelly Milam. We look out the back end of this thing. Not a whole lot to see here. Remind me not to use this camera. Down the back stretch. Got to be mindful of the guardrails. Into turn number 3 they go. Here they come, whizzing through that tunnel opening, or over the tunnel, I should say. Onto the front stretch. Field scattering, trying to find some room to run. Kelly Milam being turned by Lucas Cram. Big pile up as everyone crashes into the concrete wall there. Go to our Maxspeedtv replay. Down onto the front stretch. Lucas Cram, Kelly Milam making contact. Milam going up and over. More cars involved. The 2 and the 35 getting a piece of it. Go on the board right here with Doug Rice. Heavy contact into that concrete wall, instantly stopping those cars. Those guys on the tow truck with a long haul back to the trailer. The good news is there are 4 fast repairs out here tonight. The bad news is sometimes you might end up with an extended amount of time as the 17's going around for a spin. We got some heavy damage here under yellow. A few cars disappearing behind the trees here. Not sure what just happened. A 23 turning the 17. Everyone piling in behind them. I think they caught up to the field a little faster than they anticipated. All right, so we're gonna step away once again and we'll be right back. Oh man, we're back here at Monza as we are 10 laps into our 100 lap event. Already a very interesting storyline developing with the drivers having 2 cautions served so far. Hopefully we'll be able to get some, let's call it some heavy pedal action. Dropping the hammer on the right foot there, so to speak. Lights are out on the pace car. You're getting ready to peel off. There it goes. Jacob Sayers in the 39, your race leader.
Green flag, green flag.
Green, a flag is out, and here we go once again at Monza for the left turning oval. Derek Conley all over the back bumper of Sayers. Field working their way through turns 1 and 2 onto the backstretch now. 2, 3, and 4 so far. We got some very close action as Derek Connolly in the 28 starting to blink all over the place as he makes a move on the 39 of Sayers. Sayers running a Stacker 2 car. Very, very close racing. Is Conley going to try and work that very bottom right on the apron? Not sure you'd want to go much lower than where he is.
The yellow
Go
flag is
on
out.
board, and the caution is going to come out. We have several cars involved in this accident. Robert Payne smoking in the 3 machine. And you see everyone working their way down the backstretch here. That's not a great shot. Scattering into turn number 2 or 3. Cars going everywhere. Trees getting involved. So some very, very close action has brought out another caution here at Monza. Your race leader, though, Jacob Sayers in the 39. Has led 4 laps here tonight. Looks like he might be making a break for pit road. Oh, no, just kidding. However, Alex Greene is going to hit his pit road. You see several cars coming down pit road. Got about 4 or 5 cars that have stayed out. Here come another group of cars. Riding on board with Sayers, looking at the pace car here. A Ford Mustang getting a lot of work in this opening stage of the race. Again, there are 4 fast repairs here tonight. Some of these guys might be already on numbers 2 and 3. Want to give a big shout out to everyone out in YouTube tonight. Thank you very much for joining me in YouTube chat. Hope you guys stick around. Keep me entertained. The racing is going to be entertaining as soon as we can figure out how to get that Ford Mustang off the track with the lights flashing on it. I'm reminded of the movie Major League and the broadcaster who did those baseball games for that movie. He enjoyed his whiskey, and well, this might be a good time for me to practice as I saw in Major League. Start drinking a little bit of the whiskey here to get through this event tonight. Now, tonight's event is purely for a fun time for the drivers. No points are on the line. It's all about the fun. So we'll see how much fun they're going to be having here, though, as they continue to pace. As the field maybe narrows down, thins out a little bit, we might see some longer green flag runs. currently everyone who started is still out on the track.
Hang on, we're not going green, not going green.
Is this iRacing's 24-hour race? Very, very possible, Canadian Dark Lord, very possible. Again, we will see a stage in on lap 25. So the field cycling under yellow. And while they're under yellow, let's see if we can't get a word in with Alex Greene in the 15 machine. Alex, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Alex, this is KR up in the broadcast booth. Tell us a little bit about your race so far.
Aside from not seeing the guardrail under pacing, it was going pretty good.
All right, so far, right now it shows you running in 8th place. You started 7th, and it looks like your car's a little beat up.
Yeah, I was trying to, play around with the cones, just kind of bored under caution, and apparently there's an invisible guardrail there, and it just ruined my day.
Well, the day may not be ruined. There are 4 fast repairs out there tonight, are there not?
Yes, sir, there are. I think everybody's going to get settled down. We had a pretty good amount of practice. I think people, are still getting used. This is by far the toughest track we ran. And it's, just people need to, I think people are just going to calm down, get in the rhythm. I think we're getting ready to get a good long run.
All right, Alex. Well, thank you for taking the time to talk to us. Well, you got a chance. Any sponsors you'd like to mention?
No, just want to thank my teammates. Cody tried to warn me about that guardrail there, and, I didn't listen. I want to thank Rob, Isaiah, just great guys to run and have fun with. Want to thank you for broadcasting. I know I hope you've gotten the laughs that we have out of this so far.
All right, that is Alex Greene, and yeah, Alex, I'm enjoying it up here. Was just talking about Major League, the movie, and the broadcaster for the Cleveland Indians taking up drinking some whiskey here tonight.
Man, I might need a drink after this one's over.
All right, well, again, thank you very much for taking the time to talk to us. It's Alex Greene from the GOP Racing /DEI Wannabes. All right, Alex, we're going to let you get back to it. Meanwhile, these guys making a little splash of fuel pit stop there. Alex Greene settling that 15 machine down. Looks like he used a fast repair to get that damage fixed. Lights have gone out on the pace car here. All right, folks. Let's see. Can these drivers go to the stage in, which is on lap 25, without another caution? If you're watching this in YouTube, send us a chat with your bet of yes or no. Can they make it for about 8 laps without a caution here? We're about to find out as the pace car going to be pulling off here. Jacob Sayers in the 39 going to be your race leader. And there goes the pace car. And that Stacker 2 39 machine going to start accelerating. Green a flag out. Down into turn number 1. Car's going to get really light, and just like that, the caution is back out. We have a big stack up in the middle of the field involving Kelly Milam. And it looks like Canadian Dark Lord called it. He said no. Unable to get to the stage without a caution. And Canadian Dark Lord, give yourself a high five. You made the correct call. we watched the 46 as he was involved in a stack up here. Big time pile up as the 23 going airborne of Landon Loper. We go on board with Landon. Green flag coming out. Nobody gets going. Oh, gets turned. Over he goes, onto all four wheels. Car still running. Spins it around. You see, you can go airborne helicoptering. See the 3 of Robert Payne getting involved. Lucas Cram in the 44 involved. The 62 of Les Levy. But Kelly Milam in the 46, the only one unable to continue on. Everyone else pulling away, getting back into their pit stall under their own power or not pitting. As you can see, several cars staying out on track here. Many cars will be coming down pit road to get serviced. So again, we are under caution. Again, Jacob Sayers out front in the 39, Derek Connolly in the 28. And rounding out your top 3 is the 31 of Brent Elmore. All right, so while we're under caution, we're going to step away once again. We'll be right back.
Just like a movie, just like a storybook, we are the future, we're the ones they won't overlook. It's time to be the hero. Like you've never seen, like you've never seen. You're a hero. Just like in a dream, just like in a dream.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for joining me here tonight. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Walls Beard Co., Colby's Eye Paints, the Ohio IndyCar League, SimSpeedShop.com, iBog, and the Hershey Design Company. All of the links for these sponsors are down below in the video description. Make sure you check them out. Several services are being offered to you here, especially if you're in the iRacing community. Here we go,
Green
folks.
flag, green
flag flying once again at Monza. We'll see if we can get down the front stretch cleanly this time. Hopefully we can make it to the end of this stage as well. Jacob Sayers in the 39, Derek Conley in the 28, and Brent Elmore in the 31. Elmore running that black and dark gray machine. Down into turn number 3 they go. Conley running right on the apron as they flash over the tunnel here. Conley gonna lose some ground on that apron. Elmore gonna slide into second, and Conley really lost a lot of ground with that decision to run the apron. But now Elmore all over the back bumper of the 39 machine, challenging for this stage win. See the field coming off at turn number 2. The bumps upsetting these cars down the straightaway. Big wiggle, but the 31 of Elmore making a dive down underneath Sayers. Sayers in the 39 gonna let him have the top spot. Put Elmore into the lead, but here comes Sayers on the outside. Gonna tuck right back in behind him, maybe make a move on the front stretch. That Stacker 2 car down in the front stretch, side by side into 1. Very, very tight as they get into turn 1 there. Elmore almost getting into the back of Sayers. Sayers running that high line wonderfully here. Down the back stretch. 3-0 is Elmore getting turned by Conley. The leaders spinning, big time crashing involved. I believe I saw multiple cars going around there. And by going around, I meant airborne and flipping. We're going to go to our replay here. See Conley and Elmore get into it as they go into the corner here. Big time pile up through 3 and 4. So that will end our stage 1 under caution. As the 39 machine of Sayers heading for pit road here. Your stage 1 winner will be the 39 of Jacob. Got him! Sayers. All right, so the field well and truly divided right here. As far as pit strategy, as we see several cars racing off pit road. Jordan Wright going to be the first car off pit road in that 95 machine. All right, so while we work the yellow, give me just a moment. See and confirm who my stage winner was with race control. Jacob Sayers, KR up in the broadcast booth. You got your ears on, bud?
Yes, I do.
Hey, man, congratulations on surviving stage number 1, picking up the stage win here at Monza. How much of a battle is it out there tonight?
Actually, this is the most fun I've ever had on iRacing. The blocks and the runs from this track are amazing. But it's really, I'm just up here watching out for my teammates, calling out the wrecks that are behind me, and just trying to make sure they're safe.
Well, picking up the stage win here, what do you think the key is to winning stage number 2? And do you think you'll be able to pull it off now that you're a little bit deeper in the field?
Anything's possible at this point, but all I can say is only lift unless you have to.
Only lift unless you have to. So, coming through the field, do you expect you're going to be doing a lot more lifting now that you're got some cars in front of you and not just a pace car?
Yes, I do see that. I mean, it'll just be like any other speedway race. Watch where you're at, lift when you need to, but I've got a teammate in front of me. I've got perfect trust with him, so I'm sure it'll work out.
All right, man. Well, congratulations on the stage win, and we look forward to maybe talking to you again as stage number 2 kicks off here, and the lights have gone out on the pace car. Any teammates, sponsors you'd like to thank while you got a chance?
I'd like to thank all the guys at JSI Motorsports and Airborne Graphics for helping me get the car looking good for the rest of the season.
All right, man. Well, there you go, Jacob. Your stage 1 winner. Gotta survive through stage 2 now. A little bit deeper into the pack. We'll see how this works out for him. Lights have gone out on the pace car. Remember, tonight's event is a 100-lap event. Stage number 2 at lap 50 will be concluded. 4 fast repairs are available. Pace car getting ready to pull off the 23 of Landon Loper. We saw him going airborne, spinning like a helicopter, and now here he is, the race leader. Green flag flying as the 23 machine gonna start accelerating down this front stretch into turn number 1 with the 46 Kelly Milam right behind him. Christian Walker in the 17. He is scored in 2nd place. As we go on board with Walker, but Milam trying to get a lap back right here. Kelly Milam is the first car 2 laps down. So if he can get one of these lap backs, with how quick the cautions have been coming out, he's got a chance to get back on the lead lap. He is working hard to do just that. As the
yellow flag
23
is
of
out.
Landon Loper in trouble here. Everyone checking up, piling in. Milam in the 46, Loper in the 23. And it looked like Loper just got into the wall there. Not quite sure what happened. We go on board with the 23 here. Down the front stretch with Kelly Milam on his inside. Just catching the guardrail. Really sending him for a wild ride. Several other cars catching it as well. Derek Conley in the 28, managing to squeeze through. And then internet issues. We are back under yellow. That will put the 17 of Trishan Walker out front. The 37 of Glenn Bundren in second, and rounding out your top three is the 95 of Jordan Wright. Oh, and Randy Post is here in the YouTube chat. Iowa Farmer, what's going on, guys? Lucas Cram checking in every once in a while. Cram out here on track. We do have two cars who have packed it up and called it a night. John Larson in the 24 machine and Robert Payne in the 3. Those guys are all packed up behind the wall. Mark Vega is our race controller who is not turning laps out here tonight. So we'll see who can get back out there and get rolling again. Jordan Wright, your race leader now by virtue of staying out. Right behind him is the 55 of Donald Bell. Donald started 23rd. He has made his way all the way up to second place. So making some good moves, some solid moves. So Donald Bell, big time gains for him. But guys, with another caution, I'm going to step away. You might be wondering why I keep stepping away so much. That's so I can get another drink. If you haven't done so, get a beverage of your choice and join me here for another commercial break. And then we'll be right back for some more racing / caution laps. Yeah, let's have fun. All right, lights have gone out on the pace car. Welcome back to Monza. There goes the pace car peeling off. Field getting ready to get back into action.
Green
We're on
flag,
lap
green
31
flag.
and 100. Green flag flying. We see Kelly Milam using the dirt, trying to find some extra traction. Don't want to get too high, but down into the front, Donald Bell and Jordan Wright are going after it for the lead. Bell in the 55 machine all over that back bumper. And tonight I have a special guest joining me in the broadcast booth. Hopefully sooner or later he'll be able to pull off the race, but this is one Randy Post. How you doing out there tonight?
I'm doing good, KR. How are you?
Oh, not too bad. Doing a race broadcast where these guys are trying to kill each other at Monza.
No way, you don't say, huh?
I do say. So, you feel like helping commentate tonight?
Absolutely. I'm loading in right now. I will be there in T-minus as fast as my computer can do it.
All right, well, I'd love to have you, but right now, Donald Bell in the 55 machine is pulled out in front of Jordan Wright down the backstretch. Bell throwing a block on the bottom here, but now Wright going to try the high side. Lucas Cram also in the 44 following Jordan Wright, trying to make a decision who to follow through 3 and 4. As contact is made, but everyone seems to get through it as Wright lifted. So Jordan Wright in the 95 second, Donald Bell in the 55, but these guys are going to draft up to that back bumper of the 55 machine as they go off into turn number 1. Car's getting very light there as Jordan Wright going to go to the high side. Bell on the bottom, put Wright to the lead in the 95 machine. Jordan Wright worked for a lap to make that pass. And here he is. As we got cars spinning in the background, the 84 car. Heavy contact with the tire barrier. No caution right now. As we stay green. That was Aspen Belvin. He has already taken his car to pit road on the hook. Oh, contact is made. Jordan Wright, Donald Bell spinning into turn number 1. Drifting. Can they save it? The field giving them room. They're still crashing. Still crashing. Jordan Wright now going to spin sideways. He hits the wall. That will bring the caution out as more cars are going up and over the guardrail. We got one. Oh, he's going to launch into the air. That is the 35 machine of Doug Rice. That was a crash that took a whole corner to happen. Les Levy in the 62, he's getting up and over as well. Doug Rice in trouble. He is on the wrong side. Oh, Les going airborne.
Yeah, KR, I'm seeing a lot of cars doing a lot of weird barrel rolls on the backstretch here, it looks like.
It was crazy. It took the 2 leaders an entire corner to decide that they wanted to crash. And Les Levy in the 62 comes plowing in.
Oh, just getting caught up here.
Cody Ober in the 8 going for a big ride, big time air. Got hit from behind, launched over the first tire wall, catches the second tire wall, in comes the 62. Absolutely insane crash here tonight. That's probably by far the best one as far as getting multiple cars airborne. All right, Randy, what did you see?
Oh man, I came in and I just saw a bunch of cars crashing. And it was kind of scary. They were like bouncing all over the place and making weird barrel rolls on the backstretch. I don't think I've ever seen that before.
Monza is definitely the place to see stuff you've never seen before.
like the Chupacabra?
No, I believe the Chupacabra's in Mexico. This is Italy.
Oh, I don't know if Italy has any like scary monsters or anything like that.
I believe they have what's called a Super Mario Brother, but I don't know what that is.
Never heard of it.
Never heard of her.
Never heard of her.
Anyways, we're under caution here again. Stage number 2 will be wrapping up on lap 50. And Canadian Dark Lord says, welcome to the death race. Well, Randy, thank you very much for joining me.
Oh, thank you. I think they made a movie about that once. Actually, like 3 or 4 of them.
The death race?
Yeah, I think they had like 3 or 4 of them.
They sure have. And you know what? They've even done a few remakes.
Well, yeah. Every good movie has at least 4 bad sequels.
Oh, sure. I gotta tell you, it's not a good movie unless you make at least 4 bad sequels.
Right. I mean, look at Star Wars. I'm gonna get a lot of people with that one.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that one right in the feels, man. Right in the feels.
So what do we got going on here? We got stage racing, I heard. Stage at lap 50. Did they throw the caution out for that one?
Well, I have a feeling they won't need to throw the caution, but yeah.
How many cautions have they had in these, lap 35?
We are on lap 37. We've had 7 cautions so far for 14 laps on this 2.64 mile course. That does add a lot of time to the broadcast. We do have 10 lead changes so far tonight. Our biggest lap leader is Jacob Sayers in the 39 machine. He's led for 15 laps. And you know what? It's just been a heck of a race. We'll have stage 2 will end on lap 50, and then stage 3, the final stage, will go all the way to the end at lap 100.
You know, I noticed I've driven this track a couple times, and I noticed if you go into turn 1 low, it seems that can be the main cause of issues, because it's almost like there's a jump right there to where your car just loses all contact with the ground, and it just kind of slams down right there. You're going so fast, it's kind of scary actually if you ever drive it. It's almost like you have to enter one on that high side.
Yeah, it really is quite the interesting entrance into turn 1. Even though you feel like you got all kinds of room there, you really do only have about 1 lane to really enter into turn 1, because on one side you got a guardrail of death that turns invisible, that can chew you up and spit you out. We saw that happen already tonight. And then down low, if you hit the low side, if you get a little too low, you end up going airborne, and that'll chew you up and spit you out.
Yeah, there's quite a few places that you can get airborne, to say it mildly, with these cars at this track, with the super high bank corners and then the super high bank berms on the inside. There's a lot of room for you to just flip her over and get all crazy like.
Absolutely crazy is what we're after here tonight. So again, everyone out in the YouTube land who is watching live, thank you very much for joining us. We're just here to have some fun, kick back, relax. This is a non-points race for the OP Racing Superspeedway Series. And this is their International Tour All-Star race. If you haven't figured it out, we are at Monza. So far, the most laps led has been by our pace car, but Jacob Sayers, he might have something to say about that here in a little bit. And he's trying to lead some more laps.
Yeah, if do they get, or you said this is a non-points race, so I'm gonna not ask that question. But leading laps at this track, I mean, that's the way to do it, because you're not really guaranteed a spot if cautions start coming out, because once you get all bundled back up, as they go green, it looks like the pace car's diving off with Jacob Sayers up front, and the green flag is out. He's leading Derek Conley up into turn 1 here. The line of cars behind him. I'm wondering just how everybody's going to enter this turn to see where the issues are going to underlie.
Well, the issues will underlie at every single point on this track, if we're going to be honest. The backstretch is bumpy as all get out. And if you're trying to run door to door with somebody, as we see Jacob and Derek Conley running side by side here, you catch one of those bumps, it could knock you into the next guy, and then that guy's into the guardrail, and all heck will break loose. So yeah, this track has ways of biting you.
The 28 of Derek Conley getting really sideways in turn 3 and 4 here. He's just trying to save it as best as he can. I think he went into the inside into that guardrail, and the caution's out.
Caution has come out as Lucas Cram has gone spinning. I don't believe the caution came out for Derek Conley, as he is off the racing surface. I do see Lucas Cram going for a ride, so we'll check and see what happened here with our Maxspeedtv replay. Randy, while we watch this replay, you got anything in mind for drinking tonight?
No, I've just got a Mountain Dew. I have to go to work at 2 a.m.
That's lame.
You're telling me.
All right, we're watching Lucas Cram here. He's going to go for a spin right in front of Kelly Milam. I'm pretty sure that is what brought out the caution, is Lucas Cram catching that outside guardrail. And then Milam, with nowhere to go, is going to help him on around as we go on board with Cram here. See him get into the guardrail. Milam right underneath him. That 44 machine going around. I'll tell you another fun one to watch in this replay. Derek Conley, as we are on the nose cam here. See, he got a little too low. Loses it. Sliding through the infield and slams into that inner guardrail. And that is a good way to end up on the tow hook out here tonight.
Yeah, that'll really put the car in jeopardy. I don't think you can salvage too much off of a car that's hitting the guardrail at, I think these guys are doing 215-ish coming off the corners. So it'll really damage your night.
Damage your night, maybe your morale. All hope is lost when all 4 tires come flying off.
Oh yeah, I think. Oh man, in the old cartoons they used to, when the motor would blow, all 4 tires would fall off randomly. Kind of how I picture the guardrail hit, you know.
Yeah, that would definitely describe tonight's race here with these cars. Absolutely would. All right, we're on board with our race leaders. We're within 10 laps of the end of the stage here. I'll tell you what, Jacob Sayers, he's looking very strong out here tonight. He's led the most laps. He's been out front for 19 laps now. And, that pace car, though, that Ford busted Mustang, is that what it is? I'll tell you.
The bus?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's led quite a few laps, but that's all right. This is just a fun race. I'm enjoying myself. Randy?
I'm having a blast tonight. This is my second broadcast tonight, so we got the vocals all warmed up, ready to go. I do got a question for you though.
Sure, fire away.
What do you think the pit stop time is on that pace car?
The pit stop time, I think it's probably got the best pit stop time, because every time it just stops, it comes right back out.
All right. Well, I didn't know if they had like a trained crew like all the other guys do for that pace car. Cause man, you got to keep that thing fueled on this track.
Well, I'll tell you what, they're using some next level stuff, because that car stops and then it's right back out there.
Oh man, maybe NASCAR's trying out Gen 6 fueling.
Yeah. One of these days, NASCAR will go away from the gas can. But until then, yeah, not so much. Anyways, the field is back behind the pace car. Witty banter is happening between me and Randy, and the lights have gone out on that Ford Mustang. I'll tell you what, Randy, these guys might be able to pull it together for about 7 laps. If you had to guess right now, you think they can make it to the end of stage number 2?
I'm praying that they do. I really like this track. If you can keep all 4 tires on the ground, and I'm saying this because I have an issue doing it by myself. you can keep all 4 tires on the ground, this track is a lot of fun. It carries a lot of speed into the corners. The banking on those turns is absolutely ridiculous, and you can carry so much speed into those corners to where it's almost like the car just doesn't have a restrictor plate anymore, because you're carrying almost 215 miles an hour into those corners at times. So it can be a lot of fun if you can keep the tires on the ground.
Yeah, I agree. You gotta be able to have tires on the ground to turn and control these machines. And they are doing right around 215 in the draft here. We saw them doing about 207 in single car qualifying, right around 215 in the draft. So sailing off into these corners here at 215 miles an hour, very, very narrow track. Makes for kind of a pucker factor, especially if you're going to try it too wide.
Oh yeah, for sure. This track, at a glance, it looks really wide until you start driving it, and the driving line just becomes like 6 inches wide all of a sudden. It's kind of scary to see.
Very scary. All right, quick little housekeeping. In 20th place, Stephen Herman in the 71. He is behind the wall, headed home. Les Levy in the 62, 21st. John Larson, 24th, or 24 machine in 22nd. And Robert Payne will end up 23rd as the pace car gets ready to peel off. And there it goes. Tristan Walker all over the back bumper of the 39. Green flag is flying as these guys starting to accelerate, trying to work through the gears without spinning the tires and sail it off into turn 1. Quite the workload for a driver on a restart.
The yellow flag is out.
Yeah, I seen I'm looking at the back here, and I seen a couple cars kind of going off into the guardrail back there. I'm not exactly sure who it was, but
Doug Rice in the 35 caught up into this most recent caution, as once again another troublesome restart. Doug Rice in the 35 machine, not sure what happened to him.
yeah, I'm looking back now to see what's going on with it, and oh, I see exactly what happened. I'll let you get your Maxspeedtv replay up, and we can talk about it a little bit here.
The engine just kind of blew. Looked like it just locked up the back tires, blew the engine, and said, to heck with it, I want a pit stop? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, well, I'm seeing the 80 car. He kind of got a little bit jumpy, and started passing people all crazy like. So I think the 35 might have tried to draw out a black flag for the 80 there, and ended up collecting himself and nobody else in that caution there.
The 80 with a good jump here, possibly deserving of a black flag, especially if he passed before the start-finish line. But he passed on the high side, so it might be all right. But I have been told that the end of the stage has been declared. Now just waiting for clarification on who was the winner. And I want to say it was a 39, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be Jacob Sayers winning stage number 2.
Unless they run some crazy inverted field stuff, I would agree with Jacob Sayers would be the winner of stage number 2 here.
Yeah, the end of the stage has been declared. Jacob Sayers once again picking up stage number 2. Oh, got him. Sayers with the 39 machine. We'll see if we can't get him up and in here for another interview. Give me just
I can bring him up here.
Jacob Sayers, this is KR and Randy up in the broadcast booth. Looks like we're going to talk to you once again here as winning stage number 2.
Well, hopefully we can go 3 as third time's the charm, but 2 is great.
Well, you know what? I got a buddy up here in the broadcast booth with me. This is Randy Post. Randy, why don't you do this interview?
Oh boy. So Jacob, how's the race going tonight?
Well, it's actually going fairly good for what has happened. I mean, I'm just trying to keep my cool and keep all 4 fenders on the car.
Yeah, we were just talking about it, how if you can keep all 4 tires on the ground, you can have a lot of fun at this track. Are you enjoying the racing? Is it getting quite competitive out there?
Oh, it's very competitive. This is the most fun I've had on iRacing in the first 6 months I've been here.
All right. Well, so what are your plans to go forward with the last 60 or 55 laps here?
Survive. That's all I can do. And keep the tires cool and play the gas mileage game.
All right. Well, I see you're getting back up in line here. I just want to say congrats on the 2nd stage win for the night. Let's see if we can make it a sweep. I heard Martin Truex did that this weekend, so let's see if you can do it here tonight. Do you got any sponsors or shout-outs you'd like to give out tonight?
Besides JSI Motorsports, Airborne Graphics, I want to thank my friend Tom, who just had his first baby last week at Cold Hard Art. Big congrats to that, Tom. Hope it's going well.
All right, well, Tom, congrats on your baby, newborn, and Jacob Sayers for the Stage 2 winner. We'll get him back down there so we can focus on racing while we call the race up here, KR.
That we will, and again, Jacob Sayers has been out front for most of this race, but he has had some competition from time to time with Derek Conley. And now the 28 machine of Conley is being scored as the race leader. We'll let this timing and scoring catch up with everything that's going on around him. But if Conley can get to the front, he is typically a very fast driver. And it looks like he might be going around the pace car here, so not sure what my timing and scoring has him as the leader for.
It looks like he's going down pit road right now for Derek Conley on my end.
It's quite the interesting scoring deal. Maybe Derek had to go to the bathroom.
Bathroom breaks are good.
That they are. All right, so Tristan Walker, first car behind the pace car, but right now being scored in 2nd. Jacob Sayers, our stage 1 and 2 winner, came back from the middle of the field after stage 1 to win stage 2. Well, very similar situation. Hopefully he'll be able to pull it off once again. We'll see. But up until then, let's go ahead and step away for a minute, and we'll be right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Maxspeedtv. I want to thank you very much for joining me. My name is KR Stolfus. Up in the broadcast booth with me tonight is the one and only Mr. Randy Post. So, Randy, thank you very much for joining me here. We were just talking about how busy you have been tonight, and here you are with just enough time to come and join me for one more broadcast.
Oh yeah, it's been a crazy night so far. Gotten a lot done gotten a lot of racing done and a lot of other things done. So it's always good to hop in the booth with KR here and spend a little time watching some super speedway racing. This KR knows this is usually one of my favorite ways to do it.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I'd say phrasing like that, but it's whatever. It's cool.
Oh yeah, super speedway racing is my favorite.
Alrighty, so super speedway is the best way to go for Randy. Alright, so it looks like we're gonna have a double file restart here. So race control switching it up a little bit just to have some fun with it.
This could be really interesting. I mean, you got some guys that are going to have to stick to the low line going into turn 1. And as we were talking about earlier, it kind of turns into a jump. So we could see some Travis Pastrana airborne NASCARs pretty quick here.
That we could as we go on aboard with Glenn Bundren. Bundren will be the one who will carry this camera down the front stretch for us. See just how crazy these restarts are. There goes the pace car peeling off. Tristan Walker in the 17, waiting for the green flag to fly, and there it is. These cars are off and away. That inside line, the front two, really getting a good start. Bundren, not so much, as he is really going to go in side by side with, I believe that is Jacob Sayers in the 39, and it is.
Yeah, Jacob Sayers making his way to the front after that pit stop and starting in the middle of the pack again.
Down this long back stretch, you see the cars really trying to find some room to run, trying to get a pass on anyone that they can.
Yeah, you gotta. Looks like you gotta pass while you're on the front and the back stretch, because once you're in the corners, you want to just keep it straight and kind of grip it and rip it kind of thing.
Yeah, you hit that corner and there really isn't a whole lot of room to pass. You kind of got to react to everything around you. Speaking of, Donald Bell in the 55 machine, he's going to pull that car to the front, and Brent Elmore still holding on to second here, but that 55, Donald Bell, your new race leader.
Isaiah Dupree making it up to third, with Tristan Walker going back to fourth after that front stretch pass. Ooh, and the 55 goes around and collects the 39.
Collecting several
Sayers.
cars. With as narrow as a track as this is, if you start bouncing off the walls here on the backstretch, you can guarantee you're going to get up in front of somebody, and that is exactly what happened to Bell here in this 55 machine. So we're going to go to our max speed replay here, figure out just how horribly terrible he died in the sim.
Yeah, once you're on that backstretch and you see cars bouncing around, I guess you can. The only thing you can do is just grip the wheel and scream to try and avoid it.
Donald Bell getting all sorts of damage from that. Not sure who else was involved. Didn't quite see. I believe maybe the 46 caught a piece of it. It looks like Milam did catch just a hair as we go on board with Kelly Milam. Down this long back stretch, and you see Donald Bell get turned there in the 55. He's going to catch Milam. Sayers did get a piece of it in the 39. He was the other car. So multiple cars getting damaged here, but pretty much minimal catastrophic damage to the field.
Yeah, not too many people got collected, so that's good. Looks like the 39 of Jacob Sayers has got a little bit of damage. I wonder if he's going to go in and get that fixed. I seen earlier that they don't have an incident or a fast repair limit, so that's good that they can get these cars fixed and they can try and have a chance to win this race.
We had 4 fast repairs available, a 0 incident limit, which yeah, not having an incident limit here means guys aren't getting disqualified, but 4 fast repairs, mentioned it earlier, Stephen Herman, Les Levy, John Larson, and Robert Payne, those guys all have packed up and headed home. That is 20th through 23rd, respectively.
I am seeing that Alex Greene has packed it up and taken it behind the wall as of right now.
So the 15 of Alex Greene, unable to continue getting serviced behind these walls, might be able to make it back out, might not. We'll just have to keep you informed on that situation.
You know, it's crazy. It's really crazy to think that they used to take the open wheel cars back in the 60s and 70s around this course, and how dangerous this track really can be. I would venture to say it's probably one of the oldest tracks out there right now.
It is. This oval has been around for quite a while. I think it is the oldest track that iRacing has.
I do believe so. And if I'm not mistaken, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I do believe that the corners, they used to be wood. Or supported by wood.
That one I'm not 100% sure on. I do know in the 20s here in the United States of America, wooden tracks were the thing, but they only lasted a few years because of the harsh conditions. But they were quite the interesting tracks to race on.
For sure, and they can make for some interesting race conditions, and wood warps, so that can make for a really, really interesting night for a race car.
Oh, for sure. Like I said, I know Kansas City in 1920 through 23 had one of those wooden racetracks, and it was torn down after 3 years just because the upkeep was way too much, and they could not maintain it, and the wood was just destroyed.
Yeah, wood can be very expensive to maintain, especially if you need it to be flat all the time.
All the time. Race cars like a smooth surface, as we see here in Monza with all the bumping going around. We've seen just as many crashes happen in the corners as we have going down the straightaways, and a lot of these guys really trying to, I don't know, race too close and just bouncing into each other.
Yeah, those bumps, they randomly come up out of nowhere and scare you, and they can push you into the car next to you, and it'll surprise you.
That it will. All right, let's get a word in here. Let's talk to the 44 of Lucas Cram. Lucas, you got your ears on?
Yeah, I got you.
All right, the 44, Lucas Cram, you've had an interesting race so far tonight. By your count, how many times have you been airborne?
Can you repeat that?
By your count, how many times have you gone airborne?
Actually, I don't think I've gone airborne yet. In the race, the two accidents I was in, I didn't go airborne, so I got pretty lucky.
Well, good job on keeping all four tires on the ground. Probably have you confused with one of the many cars who have gone airborne tonight. So the race, tell us a little bit about what it's like out there.
Pretty crazy. The track's really skinny. It's hard to go double file in the corners. You can't run the apron. So for me, I just got my lap back. So back my lead lap, which I'm happy about. And I'm probably just going to ride in the back and try to save their faster pairs, because I just feel like a lot of people are really aggressive and they're burning up their faster pairs and get involved in wrecks and stuff. So hopefully I'm just going to ride back here for the rest of the race, and at the end, to be up there.
All right, man. Well, I see you're heading down pit road, so I'll let you focus on that. Thank you very much for taking time to talk to us.
Yeah, no problem.
What team were you in?
3 wide.
3. All right, that's who it was. All right. Good grief, Randy. You expect me to do the interviews and to remember what team I pulled them out of the TeamSpeak channel?
All right, well, you could have asked me, and I might have been able to tell you, but probably not.
Well, a lot of good that does, because now I know not to ask you, because it's probably not.
Hey, look, I'm just going to take to the Christmas motto, it's a thought that counts.
It is the thought that counts, and sometimes I don't have a thought that goes through my head.
Oh, yeah. Me neither.
It's glorious. Absolutely glorious. All right, so the lights are out on the pace car here tonight. I'll tell you, Brent Elmore in that 31 machine, he is out front with Isaiah Dupree. That is your row number 1 for this restart. Row 2 will consist of Glenn Bundren and Derek Conley. So, man, some heavy hitters out here in the first 2 rows.
Oh, yeah. Lots of... Let me take a look here. I think we've got, what does it say, 11? 11 cars on the lead lap out of 19 cars on track right now. So, hopefully those guys can get their laps back with a couple more cautions here. We can get some more people on the lead lap and have a closer race for the finish there.
Well, Derek Conley in the 28 machine, we saw him get into trouble when he got on the apron, but this time he's going to be restarting on the outside of row number 2. Brent Elmore, Isaiah Dupree making up row number 1. These guys, when they sailing off into turn 1, are going to have to decide who's going to be where, because there isn't room to go too wide.
No, it's going to be close.
Green flag, green flag.
I see some, oops, sorry, go ahead.
Green flag is out as Isaiah Dupree is going to get the jump on Elmore, and Derek Conley going to clear the 31 as well. So these guys getting it single file in the first several rows before they get into turn 1.
Yeah, they're getting real spread out real quick. I don't know if some of the guys are laying back on the throttle to just try and avoid the mayhem and up front, or if these guys are really just outrunning them.
Brent Elmore with our on-board camera looking out the front end of this thing. You see Derek Conley in the 28 all over the back bumper of Isaiah Dupree. They get through turns 3 and 4 here, down onto the front stretch, and Conley's still just kind of following suit, not trying to make a move here. And you see how bumpy that entrance into turn 1 was.
Yeah, it really shoots the front end of that car down. You can get a lot of downforce off of that one, and could make the car handle way different on the entrance of that on turn 1 there.
Down the backstretch, Conley to the inside. Elmore thinking about maybe 3 wide if he can find somewhere to go, but Dupree on the outside in that white and pink machine, and Conley in that iconic Cavalier on the inside put Conley to the front, but Dupree not done yet.
Oh man, they were real close going through that corner there. It could have been real ugly, real fast, but they made it stick, and now we've got Derek Conley up in P1 as Isaiah Dupree gets by him, as I said that.
Off into turn number 1, Brent Elmore. Caution's coming out for Jacob Sayers. Sayers going up and over in the 39 machine. Kelly Milam involved in this as well.
Lucas Cram also involved there.
Jordan Wright in the 95 getting a piece of it. We're going to back this up, find out just what happened here with our Maxspeedtv replay. Jordan Wright in the 95. We're going to ride on board with the nose cam here. This is going to be a little bit late to the party, so we'll try another shot at it here, but we will see what Jacob or Jordan Wright sees. A lot of cars getting involved in this one. You see Wright gonna just stay to the high side here. And let me back this up and take another stab at it. One more time. Almost there. Kelly Milam spinning. A lot of cars really just getting some bad breaks in this situation. And you know what? I gotta tell you, I'm not too pleased with my camera pack on this.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of grass on this one to try and figure out what exactly happened.
Very difficult to try and figure it out. I will say though, it looks like Jacob Sayers went for a heck of a ride.
Yeah, it looked like he got to see all of turn 1 and turn 2 in about 3 seconds there, from all of the angles.
Barrel rolling it quite extensively, landing up on the grass embankment. Trying to get it sorted out.
That inside grass, that can be a killer there. It really high banked, really fast banking, so really nice slope on it. Can really damage a race car if it gets caught up in that.
So Derek Conley out front, Jacob Sayers making a trip to pit road. Sayers has been our stage 1 and stage 2 winner. And the good news is, Randy, we're on the downhill side of the lap counter.
Yeah, we're almost to lap 60, so we're taking them off one by one.
That we are. And I'll tell you, hold on. Let's see, as we pull up our caution counter, we've had 11 cautions for 23 laps. That means that the Ford Mustang, with all the lighting equipment, has still led the most laps here tonight. Jacob Sayers is second in that category with 22 laps led.
Oh man, you better get that car fixed up so we can get back out there and clinch the most led laps.
Gotta get on it, but it's gonna be hard for him to do from pit road, as I did see him on and off pit road. It looked like he used a fast repair. So with the caution flag out, and my drink empty. Hey, commercial, yay! Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for joining me tonight. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Walls Beard Co., Colby's Eye Paints, the Ohio IndyCar League, SimSpeedShop.com, iBog, and the Hershey Design Company. Please, guys, make sure you take the time to check out the links down below in the description of tonight's broadcast. And while you're down there, if you haven't done so yet, subscribe to Maxspeedtv and give this awesome broadcast a thumbs up, mostly because Randy's in here and he has tendencies to get his feelings hurt.
Oh, easy there, killer. I don't know about that.
Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. You have no feelings.
Yes. That is right.
Alright, so we are working lap 60 of 100. Has been a very eventful race. The field really starting to thin out as we only have 16 cars out on track. We started 23 cars here tonight. So I'll tell you, down to 16, we might start seeing some long green flag runs, but we've been seeing the front of the field crash, the back of the field crash, the middle of the field crash. The only car that hasn't crashed out here tonight is the pace car.
Yeah, we've been talking about the pace car a lot. I think he's having a really good race tonight and showing some good strength out there up front and making some moves that a lot of guys aren't making to lead the race.
All right, so our restart here for row number 1 will be Derek Conley and Tristan Walker. Row 2 will be Isaiah Dupree and Glenn Bundren. So these guys getting ready to see that pace car get out of their way. And then the battle will resume once again. Here we go.
Green flag, green
Green
flag.
flag flying. Derek Conley in that 28 on the high side. Isaiah Dupree in the orange car on the inside. You see that outer line getting a good run. And Walker way down on the apron.
Yeah, that can be a dangerous place to be in these corners. It's not as banked and it doesn't carry as much speed and it really slides up. Car drags down there a little bit as you see, the sparks flying off the car. And we do have a caution.
Walker in the 17 machine was in trouble from the moment he got down on the apron. It took him an entire corner to figure out he was in trouble. So we're going to back this up and check out our Maxspeed TV replay. As we go on board with Walker. You see he's running down here on the apron, finally loses it, tags one tire wall, gets the other tire wall, spins out in front of the field, up into him, and only catches a slight contact with another car, but flashed past so fast it was hard to see who it was.
Yeah, he did a pretty good job not collecting anybody. He kept it down a little bit, and I think only one car got collected after he spun.
So press F for respects to Tristan Walker in that 17 machine. That Tide machine really is torn up now. And it looks like he has had to take a long tow back on the back of a trailer.
Yeah, I think if the tow trucks are getting paid by or like commission pay, they're definitely making quite a bit of money tonight.
Alright, so guys, once again, everyone out in YouTube chat, thank you very much for joining us and being vocal? No, not vocal. For chatting it up with us. Appreciate all that. Is Derek Conley going to try the fake out there? It looks like several people are going to choose to head down pit road. Conley going to choose to stay out in that 28. As, again, you know, we're only expecting a long green flag run, a fuel run from flag to flag about 15 to 20 laps. Did I say that right? Is that?
Yeah.
Did that sound as bad as I think it did?
I mean, the words came out of your mouth. I understood what you're trying to say, but it didn't really, like, make sense in air quotes.
Yeah.
I get what you're trying to say. You get about 15 laps green flag on fuel.
Hey, you know what? Maybe you should be a broadcaster. You sound like you know what you're talking about.
Look, man, I passed the 7th grade English. I think we're good to go.
Oh, is that what you got to do?
I think so. And actually, I think now that it's 2018, I think there's online classes for that.
Is that that online? Is that like where you go fishing?
Yeah. They used to call it, what was it, Sylvan Learning Center or something like that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Back in the old day.
Back in
when I was a young.
Back
when I was a
when you had
young
to
buck.
walk uphill both ways in 10 feet of snow with no shoes.
And you had to get up to change knee channels.
Oh my goodness. I'll tell you what, those were the best TVs, because you turn those on, they'd heat the whole house, and you'd feel funny if you got too close to it.
For sure they did.
Yeah, I remember my grandma had a really old TV, and every time I turned it on and stuck my head next to it, boy, I'll tell you what, I wasn't right for the rest of my life. Here I am broadcasting iRacing races. Weird how these things happen.
Yeah, now you got your face in the TV all the time. It's like you're trying to replicate that feeling.
Yeah, an LED screen doesn't nearly put out the radiation that a cathode ray tube does. Oh my goodness. Oh, good times. The things we talk about under yellow.
Oh man, I mean the opportunities are endless.
Absolutely, lights are still on the pace car. You know what, Randy? Why don't you pick a driver to talk to tonight?
Oh, we already talked to Jacob Sayers. We talked to Lucas Cram. Let's talk to Tristan Walker and see what he was seeing down there.
All right, get up on it.
All right, bringing him up. If I can drag. Oh, I can't do it.
Oh, I got it. Tristan Walker, KR, and Randy up in the broadcast booth. You got your ears on, bud?
Yes, sir. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Randy here has some questions for you.
Yeah, Tristan, what were you seeing down there on that restart?
Well, I really didn't get a good very launch. The launch really messed me up there, and then got to 31 on the outside along 3 wide there, and I slid out of the turn and kind of hit the tires.
So you kind of forced down into that low line, the line of death?
Yeah, it wasn't trying to be down there, but it's no big deal.
Yeah. So are you going to be able to, you are back on track, correct?
Yes, sir. I am in position 12th.
All right, so you're able to get her back on track and try and take her around and possibly get a lucky dog on the next caution here. We could get you back on track and try to win this thing, huh?
That's what I'm planning.
All right. Well, I think you guys should be getting the lights off the pace car this time by, I bet. And do you have any sponsors or shout-outs you'd like to make tonight?
I'd like to thank JSI Motorsports. It's my teammates Jacob and Travis and Chase. He's not here tonight, but I'd like to thank him anyway. And Alex for putting on this league.
All right. Well, good luck on the rest of the race, Tristan, and hopefully we'll talk to you in the post-race interview here.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Hey,
right.
Tristan, before I let you go, I think a better answer when Randy said, what did you see, probably would have been guardrail, grass, pavement, grass, guardrail.
Yeah, that probably would have been a closer answer. But, yeah, it's just crazy out here.
All right. Hey, Tristan, thank you very much for talking to us. We'll let you get back to it, bud.
All right, guys. Be good.
That is the 17 machine of Tristan Walker as he starts forming up. He is 1 lap down, currently in 11th place, so he's got his work cut out for him.
Yeah, lots of opportunities to get that lap back, though. There really is. I mean, if he gets up to the front of the field and the caution comes out, he's got his lap back. So he can, and with I don't even. I think there's still 16 cars on the lead lap, and he's kind of at the back middle-ish of the pack, so he definitely could work his way up to the front and get that lap back the hard way.
We have 16 cars on track. We have 9 cars on the lead lap.
Correct.
That's all right, Randy. Math isn't your strong suit while you're wearing shoes. Oh, we got one into the wall. Les Levy in the 23 machine. At least it happened so fast, that's what it looked like. Or I'm sorry, the 23 of Landon Loper. Oh my goodness, he went for a wild ride. He is stuck behind a guardrail.
Yeah, it looks like he's trying to get it going. I think he might be stuck on something. Must be
stuck. That 23 machine, not in a good situation here. We're gonna go to a replay here and check this out, and then we're gonna jump right back into the start of this, or I should say the restart. There you go. He just caught an invisible barrier, but here we go, getting ready to go back. Green flag racing. Pace car is off.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag is flying. Derek Conley, Travis Elliott. Front 2 cars, and once again that outside line really starts to get a good run.
Yep, looks like they're trying to get single file, try to get a green flag run here, but we got another guy that's riding that apron. It can be a little scary. They're 3 wide for third. They were 3 wide for third place there. 93 of Isaiah Dupree, Travis Elliott, and Glenn Burden.
We're gonna go on board now with the 8 machine of Cody Ober. Cody is in 14th. He is 4 laps down, but he's trying to mix it up with the leaders here and possibly get a lap back.
Yeah, he's doing it the hard way too. So if he can make it work, why not? Looks like he's got a pretty clean car, not too much damage. He's trying to get some of that aero push off of everybody to get some of that speed. Ooh, and there's one in the wall.
We got more in the wall.
Jacob Sayers getting airborne again.
Big time trouble for that 39 machine, and that is really gonna make pulling off a 3 for 3 in the stages difficult, as that car really looks wadded up now.
Yeah, she's pretty beat up.
All right, going to our Maxspeedtv replay here. You see, working through the corner here, Sayers got a little bit of help, went way airborne, helicoptering through the air. Man, did he catch some air in that one. We'll ride on board with the nose cam here. You see, he's just gonna get a little turn. Comes down on all 4 wheels. And unfortunately, collecting Doug Rice as well. Doug in the 35 machine. Not as happy about it as maybe Jacob Sayers is. It looked like Jacob Sayers and Doug Rice just making contact through the corner there.
I'd seen the 51 of Travis Elliott. He was on the roof, on his roof there for a little bit as well.
Travis Elliott on the pit road, along with Jacob Sayers in the 39. So those two have made a pit stop here, trying to get some extensive damage repaired. And it looks like here comes the rest of the field onto the front stretch.
Looks like everybody's only got 4 cars staying out, 5 cars staying out, it looks like, from this angle. Everybody going to get some fresh tires and fuel, maybe fix some damage that they got.
So almost every car out on a track, or I should say on pit road, we got just a handful of cars who have not pitted, and Brent Elmore in the 31 is one of those cars, and he's being scored as the race leader.
Yeah, and Travis Walker, Tristan Walker in the 17 got the lucky dog, so he's taking it around right now after catching the inside line there and going for a spin.
All right, guys. Well, I'll tell you what. We've been broadcasting this for just over 2 hours, 2 hours, 10 minutes. We got in qualifying, 10-minute qualifying session. And then we've been racing for about 2 hours. And by racing, I mean we've been racing the pace car. So out here tonight, the pace car has been the lead lap leader with 30 laps led. Derek Conley, Jacob Sayers, those guys tied with 22 laps led. So it has been an interesting race here, to say the least. But I'll tell you what, I've been having fun because, man, I got Randy in the booth with me here tonight. I got to talk to a couple of the drivers before Randy got his lazy butt up here. Said he had to be with other people who are apparently more important.
Oh man, oh man. Yeah.
Yeah, no comment on that. No comment.
I got nothing. I got nothing. You win this one. You win this one. You're a gentleman and a scholar.
I don't know about scholar or gentleman. Those are words I don't pronounce too well. But I will tell you guys, I do appreciate everyone sticking around for this. It has been quite a fun night, and that's all that this was, especially for the people in the OP Racing Superspeedway Series. This was just a fun race. A lot of these drivers will come back, watch this broadcast, you know, and they've all been saying, you know, how much fun this track is. And so hopefully this has been a fun broadcast. I know I'm enjoying myself, just chit-chatting. Especially with you, Randy. You're my favorite person to talk to.
Oh boy, that's really good. I'm really glad to hear that. Thank you, KR.
You're welcome. Now, that's enough from you. Let's talk more about me.
What would you like to talk about?
I don't know. Who do you think's gonna win? We got 30 laps left in this thing.
I don't know.
You've got to see probably about as many green flag laps as I have.
All right, can I flip it? Can I pick two?
You can pick two, but then you're gonna have to pick one.
All right, so I think I have a remote here. No, I don't want to throw my remote. I've got a notebook. If it lands with the top side up, I'm gonna pick Derek Conley. If it lands with the bottom side up, I'm gonna pick Jacob Sayers. So as we flip, it flipped open. So top side, I pick Derek Conley to win this race, as he sits in second place.
Conley is not a bad pick. In the regular season, he does have 2 wins, and that is the most wins out of everyone in our regular season so far. However, I don't know if he's going to be able to pull it off. He's taken quite a few chances here, and I've seen him run the bottom and make a mistake down there, which cost him pretty big. And he's a tough one not to pick. But I'll tell you who I do like right now.
Who do you like? What do you got?
I am going with the guy that is 5 laps down in 14th place, Aspen Belvin.
Aspen Belvin?
Yeah, he's going to come back from 5 laps down.
Okay, is that just because you like his name?
No. What?
All right, so that's your pick? You're going to pick Aspen Belvin in the 84 machine?
No. I'll tell you what. To have a real serious pick, I like that 31 of Brent Elmore. He's been running a very, very smart race. He picks and chooses his lines very carefully. And so far, he's only on maybe fast repair number 2.
Number 2.
It's hard to tell when and a fast repair is used, but I think Elmore's only been involved in 2 accidents here tonight. And I'll tell you, that car's still looking pretty straight, so if he has been in, we know he's used at least 1. Because that car's too straight not to have been out here and involved in an accident.
Yeah, it looks like I get in here, if I can minimize that and go in here. It doesn't tell me what I want to look at, but I could assume just about everybody's got quite a few incident marks on their record for tonight.
Oh, for sure. There's going to be a lot of incidences reported in this one. Thankfully, safety rating is not a factor here in this race.
No, iRacing would be having a field day with this one. I can tell you that much.
I'm going to report you. Okay. Yeah, that's my favorite thing. Someone, I'm going to protest you. You do realize it's week 13 at Monza. Okay. You go right ahead. Alright, lights are out on the pace car, Randy. Why don't you take us to this green flag?
Oh boy. Alright, so the pace car should be diving in any second now. As he's looking. There he goes, the pace car's off. Brent Elmore takes him to the restart. Waiting for that green flag to drop before they go. And the green flag is out. Brent Elmore takes the lead with Derek Conley on his outside. Derek Conley got a good jump, forcing Brent Elmore onto the inside. As they go through 1 and 2, Brent Elmore tries to get back up onto the high banking to keep the car under control, and it looks like he's got it. He's got the car under the control, and he's sticking with Derek Conley there as Derek Conley gets by Brent Elmore for the first place position.
Alright, so Elmore and Conley still running side by side. It looks like the 8 of Cody Ober is down on the apron here. He is going to get back up on the track. That's not somewhere you want to run, down below the black markings where the rubber is. Now you can get a little bit below the yellow line onto the apron, but if you go too much further below that dark gray, you are really going to put yourself in a bad spot.
Yeah, it's almost like the opposite of dirt track racing. You want to stay out of the black, but in this race you want to be in the black of the track. So it definitely helps you stay gripped to the track and kind of gives you an idea on where you're going to be safe on this track.
Too wide going into turn 3. It's not going to work out. Isaiah Dupree getting in trouble here. Somehow everyone manages to save it. No caution. Absolutely spectacular up on the wheel kind of driving there that nobody brought out a caution.
Yeah, it's almost like these guys have had practice with trying to keep it on. Ooh, we get Derek Conley's got some internet connection issues. I thought he was in the wall there for a second.
Conley's been blinking a little bit all night tonight. It seems to come and go here, but that is something that we need to mention real quick. I just seen the 80 of Tommy Gossett. Looks like he has dropped connection. Unfortunately, that is probably going to do it for him tonight, as we're on lap 74 of 100. Going to be hard to recover from that.
Yeah, Derek Conley still up front, and my second pick for the night, I just want to say, is now up to second place. Jacob Sayers made his way back to second place. He's got a straight-looking car. He must have used a fast repair after that helicopter maneuver he had a couple laps ago. So good to see him back up in the contention for the lead after winning stage 1 and stage 2 tonight.
A little bit of housekeeping. The 23 of Landon Loper, he has scored 15th place. He is behind the wall. We saw him tag the guardrail under yellow and then get stuck on a guardrail. Doug Rice in the 35. He is 16th. 17th place is Donald Bell in the 55 machine. Alex Greene in the 15 will be scored 18th. 19th place is the 42 of David Wright. Stephen Herman in 20th. Les Levy in the 62 will be 21st. And 22nd place is the 24 of John Larson. And then Robert Payne will round out this 23-car field in that 3 machine.
So it looks like we're down to 12 cars on track now. And it's looking like they got like a couple small groups that are somewhat single file as the lead pack's trying to get too wide. And that's probably going to be the way we're going to get some green flag laps in here and try and get some racing in.
Yeah, I think we're on our longest green flag session that we have seen, and Derek Conley starting to log some laps led. But Glenn Bundren in the 37 right behind him, thinking about making a move on the inside there, but you know, with how tricky these corners are and how rough they are, making a move on the inside can quickly mean, oh, I'm going to go ahead and just make a move on the outside here.
Yeah, it'll shoot you out. I mean, you've seen guys getting shot down the track from bumps and from cars or on track, so it's like a really unpredictable track. It's like shooting into a dark room. You never know what you're going to hit.
Yeah, you just got to wait for someone to say ouch so you know you hit them.
Yeah.
All right, down the backstretch they go. We got a good 6-car battle here for the lead. And I say 6 cars. It's actually only 4 of them are on the lead lap. Isaiah Dupree is in a 4th place right there. The 8 of Cody Ober is currently 4 laps down in that buddy check 22. And then the 51 of Travis Elliott, he's the first car 1 lap down, so he wants to stay right where he is in case the caution comes out. He can get back on the lead lap and maybe battle back into contention for the lead.
Yeah, I mean, guys that have been a lap down in these past couple laps due to wrecks, Lucas Cram, Tristan Walker, both back on the lead lap. They're both running in the top 10. One of them's running in 6th, one of them's running in 7th. So it's definitely doable to get back on the lead lap here.
So Elliott in the 51 machine, the last of 6 cars here with this battle. Oh, so he's going to get crossed up into turn number 1. You saw him get really sideways as we were on board with him. Going to lose some ground to the top 5 cars now, or the front 5 here based off of the leader.
Oh, I think you should be able to get him sucked back up and run with him just clean as always again.
Really some extremely high speeds through these corners. 218, 220 for Travis Elliott as he goes through the corner using the draft to really close in on these guys. And you know what? He's going to sail it off into turn number 1.
You know, KR, I gotta say the number 1 thing on my bucket list is hit 200 miles an hour. And these guys are doing it tonight, and they're holding the line real good. So it's good to see that they can hold on to these things and keep them straight without wrecking for a couple laps.
That it is, and it looks like we're going to have a heck of a battle here as Isaiah Dupree in the 93 getting into the wall a little bit. Big time loss of ground here. See, he's got to get this thing back up to speed. And I believe that was Jacob Sayers in the 39 hitting pit road with 20 laps to go. We're now making 19 laps to go. So he might very well possibly be pitting for the last time.
Yeah, I know when we talked to him earlier, he said he was going to try and survive and save fuel. That was his goal. So maybe he's got something that he's going to be clutching it through the corners or something to where he can save as much fuel as possible and save 5 laps and make it to the end. Try and win this thing.
If we stay green the rest of the way, everyone will have to come down and make a pit stop. Sayers is the first one to make a pit stop, so we'll have to keep track of that. However, he's just now coming off of pit road. He had a very extensive time in his pit lane, so maybe a penalty was involved there, or he had to get some damage fixed as well.
Yeah, a normal pit stop I'm seeing here is about 14.5 to 15.7 seconds. So 28 seconds in the pit box. Something either happened, or maybe the car fell off the jack, or he forgot to put the tire changer forgot lug nuts to tighten. So all things that could have happened here tonight with Jacob Sayers' pit stop.
Cody Ober in the 8, just pulling off of pit road, trying to get up to speed as here comes the leaders. This could be an interesting situation for them. Maybe Ober looks like he is going to be able to get up to speed here and tuck in right behind him.
Yeah. Looking now, yeah, he's going to be able to tuck in behind him and try and stay ahead of the leaders when these guys do go into pit.
Tristan Walker in the 17. He has made a pit stop, and he is now the first car one lap down. And here comes Derek Conley. Here comes the leaders all getting crossed up. Tristan Walker involved in this one, along with Lynn Bundren, as it looked like some miscommunication as these guys tried to get on pit road. That 37 machine heavily torn up.
Yeah, it looked like somebody tried to make a last-second decision to go down pit road, and it just didn't exactly work for them.
We are going to go to our MaxSpeed TV replay, and we are on board with Lynn Bundren. You see Derek Conley hitting pit road, and Bundren got on the brakes, caught a concrete barrier as he got on the brakes to try and hit pit road at the same time as Conley, and that is really what set this up in all kinds of mayhem when he caught that concrete opening there.
Yeah, these walls definitely aren't made to go through anymore. Don't make them like they used to.
Conley very capable of surviving this situation, because as he got on the pit road, or as he got involved in this crash, his car was already pointed down pit road by the time he regained control of it.
By my score, it looks like Brent Elmore should get the lucky dog here to put him back on the lead lap. His car's a little beat up. I don't know if he's got any more fast repairs. We were talking about it a little bit earlier, but hopefully he can get that thing fixed up and try to put her up front for tonight.
The 44 and Lucas Cram headed down pit road. I will say, when the caution came out, though, I do believe Derek Conley is going to have to serve some penalty time or stop or start at the tail end of the longest line, and he is coming back down pit road again because the caution was out and that car wasn't quite on pit road when the yellow flew. It's going to be interesting to see how that plays out for him.
Yeah, I'm seeing in race control here, they're getting rid of a lot of black flags for small incidents or something, so he might have just gone to take some damage repair or something. I don't see that he even stopped. He went down pit road for 21 seconds and he didn't really stop.
Who was that?
Derek Conley.
Yeah, he made his first pit stop and then came back down for a little stop and go. I don't know what that was for, maybe trying to serve a penalty, but you can't really serve a penalty like this under yellow. So we're going to have to see what shakes out with them green flag flies.
Yeah, maybe he'll hang back and try and take it right away instead of waiting a whole lap.
Alright, well, we got 15 laps to go. It's been 100 laps here at Monza Speedway. We have right now 11 cars on track, 12 cars still capable of racing. Tristan Walker in the 17 machine is on pit road. He has not gone behind the wall yet, but we just saw him get involved in this most recent accident, so it could very well be the end of his night. But the crew just hasn't informed their driver it's over yet.
Yeah, maybe he's fighting it, saying, "Put me back in the car." I think I know a couple very famous drivers that have driven wrecked race cars to a decent finish at a super speedway race before.
Put me in, coach. I'm alright. But you are the coach. Okay. Yeah, it can happen.
Can definitely happen.
Some more cars on pit road. And off of pit road. And right now, my race leader in my timing and scoring is showing as the 93 of Isaiah Dupree.
Yeah, and I've got second place is Jordan Wright in the number 95 machine.
The 37 of Glenn Bundren coming off pit road. He will be in third. So Glenn, who I thought was going to be the big loser in that situation as he blew his engine. However, it looks like it's going to end up being Derek Conley, as Conley has fallen all the way down to 5th place and has made multiple pit stops here.
Yeah, he might be trying to fix some damage. He might be looks like he's got a pretty straight car. I don't see any damage on him, but I wasn't sure if he had used his last fast repair and was just trying to get some damage fixed while the pacing was underway.
Derek Conley, this KR and Randy up in the broadcast booth. You got your ears on, buddy?
Yes, sir.
Derek, man, tell us a little bit about this most recent caution and everything that's going on with your car right now.
Well, the most recent caution was called out going to pit road, so did the 3.7, and then, the Humanity. But yeah, it's Monza.
Basically, it's Monza. So we saw you get involved with those 3 cars, but you were able to hit pit road as you kind of lucked out as the cars blew over the top of you. In that situation, though, did you get a penalty when you came down pit road?
Yes, sir. I got an EOL because I entered a closed pit. So I'm waiting on the 44 actually to come past me. I'm probably going to get another flag for passing under yellow.
Well, that's no good, but as far as the racing out there, you have led the most laps with 34 laps led here tonight. What are you going to be able to do to get back to the front?
Send it.
All right, he's going to lick that stamp and send it, Randy. Any questions for Derek?
Well, I was going to ask him if he was going to send it, but I think he answered it for us.
It's less than 15 laps to go. That's the only thing you can do.
It's already sent.
Yep.
Stamp is licked, put in the mail. It's on its way to Canada.
Just got to wait for it.
Got to wait for it.
We'll either win or we'll go straight up in the air and take out the Goodyear blimp.
All right, go away as a hero or a winner.
All right, Derek Conley, man, thank you very much for taking the time to talk to us. While you're up here, any sponsors, last-minute thank yous you'd like to give?
Just like to thank Alex, Cody, Rob, Vega, of course you all for broadcasting us. Everybody that's been a great help putting on this league and making sure that we get some exposure. And, of course, everybody that wrecks me, I got to thank them because there's no bad words ever said.
No. All right, that's Derek Conley in the 28 machine looking to get back to the front here, but he's got some work cut out for him. Maybe even another stop-and-go penalty. We'll just have to see how that works out for him.
Yeah, hopefully he doesn't, because he definitely sent that letter up to Canada already, so hopefully he can the letter gets received.
Well, I'll tell you what, he sounded a little threatening to the people who crashed him. I wouldn't want to be one of those guys.
Nope. I think I'm gonna use a famous line from somebody else that calls some races. I'm glad I'm in the booth.
That's for sure. Here we go, getting ready to go back. Green flag racing. Isaiah Dupree and Travis Elliott.
Green flag.
Green, the flag is flying as they all start to get through the gears here. Everyone cleanly so far down the front stretch. That has been a tour here tonight. Might be a good omen of things to come. Oh, never mind. It's Dupree and Travis Elliott getting in the outside wall. Bundren getting spun by Conley.
Ooh, he's taking the dirty route through the backstretch, and he's got caught up on the backstretch.
So cars spinning. Conley getting up to speed here. Bundren in the 37 was part of that, and we're gonna have to check. That was a lot to digest right there as we go to our Maxspeedtv replay. Just as I was giving these guys a little bit of a praise for getting through, you see them get into the wall there, Isaiah and Travis, and then Glenn and Derek pull down to the inside. It's very hard to get that car on the apron and drive it. Unfortunately, it looked like Derek Conley, just a little too much speed. Got into Glenn a little bit. These guys working through it. Conley going airborne twice, trying to tear down a picket fence, then the guardrail. A very interesting accident here. We're back under yellow.
You know, I think you just had too much send on that one.
Well, you know, it's always kind of hard when you see cars crashing in front of you. Both Glenn and Derek went down to the bottom. Maybe Glenn lifted to go to the bottom, and Derek, you know, not seeing a caution, didn't lift. So maybe a little too much sin, but still can't necessarily fault him too much.
Oh,
that
no,
apron
no.
is hard to drive on.
Very, very, very slick apron to drive on, and it can be. I want to say you almost become a dirt track driver when you drive down there, because you're sawing at the wheel pretty hard to try and keep it straight.
Yeah, as looks like Travis Elliott, Isaiah Dupree gonna hit pit road here, get some damage fixed on those machines. We saw those two tag the outside wall, which kind of started this whole chain reaction of a yellow. And also now I'm seeing Jacob Sayers, he's gonna stay out, and I believe that will put him as our race leader.
Yeah, and he had that pit earlier on, so after 2 cautions, I think he's going to be good on fuel, so he should not need to pit again. I think all those other guys came in to get that last splash of fuel before the end of the race, so that they can try and have I think we're going to have 5 laps to go when the green flag comes out, so we can have that 5-lap shootout with this last splash of fuel.
All right, so to prepare our throat boxes for this, me and Randy, we're going to take a break, guys. Nobody go anywhere. We'll be back after this.
The car behind me is my Chili Bowl midget, the one that I won the Chili Bowl with. And what's interesting about that is it's actually the car that iRacing scanned that's going to be available to all the iRacing members out there.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we got another car, Lucas Graham, getting shot out of a cannon as he came across the guardrail, the very same guardrail that caught out Landon Loper in the 23, has once again caught out Lucas Graham in the 44 and sent him straight to pit lane. He went airborne there. We are back live. That was crazy. We get back just in time to see that.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what happened there, but that was kind of crazy.
They went airborne through the trees and landed in pit lane. That is really gonna probably
green flag, green flag.
Yeah, for sure. Especially with 6 laps to go now as they cross the line. Well, 7 laps to go.
3 wide into turn 1. You can tell business is picking up as Derek Conley on the bottom and now Glenn Bundren in the 37 out front.
Cody Ober was just all over the back of Jacob Sayers' bumper there, swiping from left to right, which can be really dangerous on these long super speedways.
Down into turn number 3 we go. The cars flashing across the tunnel here at Monza. And, you know, it looks like Conley in the 28. Your pick here, Randy, is it looks like he's going to survive a caution. Bundren, oh, I thought Bundren was going to hit pit road there because of trying to catch it, but he managed to yank the wheel to the right. Not quite sure who that other car was that went for the spin. We'll back this up a little bit and see if we can't figure out who that was. Watching our replay here, Glenn Bundren's going to make contact. Go for a ride. He tags the wall, tags the 51 to Travis Elliott. Elliott getting big time damage in that situation. Bundren doing a heck of a job wheeling that thing to keep it off pit road. But he has lost a lot of ground to the rest of the field and has lost the main draft. But up front, Isaiah Dupree, he is right now your race leader. And Randy, your pick, Derek Conley sitting in second.
Sitting in second, getting a push from Jacob Sayers right now. He was getting pushed by Cody Ober in the 8 car, who is 3 laps down currently. Still running with that lead pack. He's still showing them that he's got what it takes to be up there with the big boys.
Oh, we got one going up into the wall. That is Sayers.
The yellow flag
and that is going to bring out the caution just as Derek Conley got around Isaiah Dupree, and that very well could end this race here tonight.
I think it might.
I think it might as well. This race going to end under caution. Surprise, surprise, a caution has come out here at Monza in this all-star race. But let's check out and see what brought this about. Jacob Sayers in the 39 machine here, making contact with Isaiah Dupree, going around. Heavy contact with Cody Over. And that is what brought out this most recent caution.
Yeah, we got Jacob Sayers doing the crab walk currently on the backstretch, trying to catch up to the pace car.
All right, so with that being said, right now it looks like Randy, you very possibly picked the race winner here tonight.
Look, man, I'm not cursed with the broadcaster's curse yet, so because I'm still like on the DL a broadcaster, so I'm not really a broadcaster, but I just hop in here to hang out with people. So don't curse me with that yet.
Don't curse you with that. Well, I'll tell you what, it's gonna be a tricky situation because of when the caution did come out. I do believe this will end under caution, but very small chance we might see a one-lap shootout.
Yeah, and that could be really scary for these guys. It really could.
Man, a one-lap shootout with the way that this race has been, I bet they don't even make it to turn one if we get that.
Yeah, and especially we got Jacob Sayers. He's still doing the crab walk with the pace right now, so car not exactly straight. It's kind of leaning towards the side there.
All right, so the field, I believe everyone thinks that this race is going to finish under caution here. Otherwise, I think we'd see several of these guys come down pit road and try and get it fixed, whatever damage they have. As we got one going up and into the air, that is the 2 of Noah Wheeler. Noah really going all for it.
Almost took out the leader, Derek Conley.
We're going to watch the 2 of Noah Wheeler here under yellow. Going to celebrate as only a car several laps down can. And what an excellent shot that camera provided us. We're going to have to back that up and try it one more time. Here he comes, airborne through the treetops, lands on the guardrail, contact with Derek Conley. So a very, very interesting way to try and end his race.
Yeah, I'm just saying, if that car would have taken out the leader, I think I would have just witnessed my first curse.
Very, very possibly would have witnessed your first curse. But the amazing part is, Noah Wheeler finds a gear, gets back going.
Keeps her going. He must have built her with some good American grade steel there.
But he has gone down pit road here. And you know what? With 2 laps to go, lights are still on the pace car. This race is going to finish under yellow.
That is what I'm seeing. So can't call official winners yet until they cross the line for the last time, but looking like we've got our field set.
That it does, as long as there are no outstanding black flags on that 28 machine, he will be declared the winner. Isaiah Dupree following right behind him here in second. And then my pick, Brent Elmore, he's sitting in third.
Yeah. So I think we went 1 for 2. That's 50%. That's passing in my book.
Hey, we each picked a driver who's going to finish on the podium. Well, barring another missile launches, one goes flying in the background.
I was gonna say, if we don't have any more Dukes of Hazzard cars, as Brian Club said in chat here, we should be good.
Again, Noah Elliott launching his car. This time, the crab walking really prevalent in that 2 machine.
That gives it a new definition of limping it to the finish. No, not as bad as Carl Edwards had to the one day, but back when he had to get out of the car and
actually
walk.
ran to the finish line.
Yeah, ran to the finish line.
Yep. So that 2 machine finding ways to entertain himself by launching that car down the backstretch. And you can see these cars, Jacob Sayers in that 39, he's crab walking pretty well. The 2's crab walking. I don't really think I see a straight fender anywhere on these machines. 44, Lucas Cram, who we saw go flying through the treetops because he caught the guardrail. Here he is currently in 7th place. I have to count it down because my timing is all sorts of screwed up. Final lap here, Randy.
Oh boy, I think it's gonna be a good one.
It's gonna be a good final lap for sure. Hopefully we won't see anything too crazy, and maybe take out another. Maybe the top 2 get taken out. I mean, I'm just saying.
Don't say that. Why you say that?
I don't know why I said that. I just said I hope it doesn't happen.
All right, don't you put that on me, Ricky Bobby.
I mean, it would be a shame if the 31 and Brent Elmore, whom I just so happened to pick to win tonight's race, was the one who won the race. All right, so final time down this long backstretch. Everybody getting past that tricky guardrail into turn number 3. And over the tunnel they're gonna go here, but a little bit slower this time. We watch them all roll by here. Derek Conley out front in that 28 machine. Throwback Haviland paint scheme. Isaiah Dupree right behind him in the 93. And then the 31 of Brent Elmore. And we'll round out your top 3 drivers here. Fourth place looks like it's going to be Jacob Sayers. As long as that car makes it, and that thing is all sorts of twisted. Checkered flag waving for these guys. 100 laps at Monza. Absolutely brutal conditions for these guys. And there you go, Randy. Race is over.
It's over. It's officially over.
Picking the race winner in that 28 machine.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna go buy some lottery tickets actually. The ones with the little crosswords though, because those are the best ones.
Derek Conley gonna celebrate by launching it into the air, end over end. Contact with Cody Ober. Several cars going flying also. Celebrating this historical event in the OP Racing Superspeedway Series. Conley doing some breakdancing. Gonna end it up on his side. Sets it down on all 4 wheels. Guys, we're gonna step away, set up our post-race show. All right, guys, welcome back. We got our post-race show getting ready to kick off for you. And Randy, you picked Derek Conley for the race win. Why don't you give the interview?
All right, Derek, congrats on the win. I just want to start out with I do not have the broadcaster's curse. I want to let that out right now because you won the race. So after you told us you were going to send it, how did that work out for you?
Well, it didn't work out too well the first time I sent it, but I had to re-lick it, get the adhesive wet again, and then that time it stuck.
Yeah, you had to double stamp it, kind of?
Right.
Yeah, international mail usually takes double stamps.
Yeah, it's just weight and everything.
Yeah. So, what'd you think about the race? The All-Star race not being a points race and just come out and have a good time?
It was a caution fest, don't get me wrong, but it was actually pretty relaxing. Not really having anything to worry about, just racing just for the fun of racing. That was pretty nice.
Yeah, that's always a good thing. You always get to you don't have to worry about points and wrecking out early or trying to finish to where you can have a good spot for later in the season. It's always good to have a good fun race, a clean race, or a good fun race to just enjoy. So about how many cautions or incidents did you end up getting in tonight? I think we had 13 cautions, if I'm not mistaken.
I got caught up in a couple of them. There was a lot of bumping. I know I got 20 X's total. Some of those came from wrecks. Others came from just bumping and door grinding, trying to get single file or as close as possible going through the turns. Then somehow or another, a car, shot through the air with like 3 laps to go under caution, and he kind of tagged me up a little bit. But I mean, it wasn't too bad. Normal race, but these cautions, when they happen, they are huge.
Yeah, with such a long track and such a slow pace speed, it can take a long time to get around the track. Is this something you would like to see as for future events? Have like a little break in the middle of the season, just to have an all-star race and have some fun?
Absolutely, because I mean, it's racing. We're all out there. We're all competitors. We're all pushing to win. And granted, we're all trying to push to win this one as well, but just taking the pressure of actually having a points race out there and just kind of having some fun really eases the tension. It's going to kind of break up the monotony of our normal Monday nights and help us push through the end of the season.
Right. All right, Derek. Well, congrats on the win tonight. Do you got any shout-out sponsors, anybody you'd like to thank before we move on to KR in second place here tonight?
Again, I'd just like to thank Alex, Cody, Rob for putting on the league, you all for broadcasting the league, Mark Vega for race controlling the league, and everybody that's in the league, really.
All right. Well, that is Derek Conley with all the thanks he's got for everybody in the league, and we're also your Monza All-Star Race winner for the OP Racing League. And we've got KR, who is caught up with second place of Isaiah Dupree here.
I have caught up with our second place finisher, at least as far as we can tell. You crossed the line, Mr. Izzy D, right behind Derek Conley. But timing and scoring has been screwed up here since that last caution came out. So can you maybe clarify, did you finish second?
From my understanding, my teammate hit me when I was in the wall, so I'm fairly confident I finished second. It showed me second, and I finished across line second, so hoping it stays that way.
All right, well, Mr. Izzy D, your race was definitely an eventful one. Tell us what you saw out there and what you had to do to survive.
I kind of just came into this, trying to have a fun time, and I was caught up in quite a few wrecks. But I think after I went 2 laps down and I finally got back on the lead lap, I tried to relax a little bit and chill out if that was at all possible here, and tried to save on the fast repairs till the end there. And then once we got towards the end, like Conley said, it was kind of just full send time, and maybe sent it a little hard one too many times, but we finished second, so we'll take that.
All right, man. Well, congratulations. Survived 100 laps here at Monza. Overall, what are your thoughts and feelings of this event?
I thought it was great. I think we really should do more of these. I think when people don't take it too seriously, it's great. You know, everybody at the end had fun. It's really relaxing. We just get to go out, have fun. You get to crash and laugh about it, which is nice, you know. So I'm all for doing more of these during the off season, you know, every few weeks or something like that. That'd be great.
All right, well, Isaiah, man, congratulations. Hopefully, Race Control will confirm that you end up second. However, I got you scored as third, but you know, like I said, my timing and scoring has been messed up since that last caution came out. So, Izzy, final sponsors, shout outs you'd like to give?
Yeah, I'd like to thank my sponsors back at LNR Sim Racing, Cartoon Heart. Special shout out to Alex Greene's lawyers, Alex Greene's iRacing lawyers to be correct, and special thanks to you guys for sticking through the broadcast. I'm sure it was a pretty long one up there, but thanks.
Oh, well, you're welcome, man. That is Isaiah Dupree in the 93 machine. Gave that car a wild ride here tonight and brought it home in second place. So, man, Randy, I'll tell you what, we'll get through the results here, and we'll call it a night. So, you want to call them out?
I actually just got out of the thing.
So then I guess I'll be doing it. So, it does look like Derek Conley will be first. You can see how screwed up my timing and scoring is. Isaiah Dupree will be second, but he's shown fourth in this overlay. Jacob Sayers is fourth. Brent Elmore is third. Jordan Wright will be sixth. That means Glenn Bundren will be in fifth place. Lucas Cram seventh. Eighth place going to Cody Ober. Ninth is Noah Wheeler. And oh my gosh, this is so hard to make sense. You know what? We're just going to click through this. And you know what? If you guys want the actual results, you can always check the Facebook link down below for the OP Racing. I guess if it's there, may not be there. I've been doing this for 3 hours. My give a press F for respect scale is off the charts. So it was a great night, though. I did have fun. Randy, final thoughts?
I had a blast with EKR, and I had a blast watching these guys race. I thought it was a good night to relax and have some good fun racing.
It was good fun, and it was an enjoyable broadcast. We did talk a little bit about the cautions, and we gave them a bit of a hard time, but overall, man, I did enjoy tonight. And guys in YouTube, thank you very much for joining us in the chat room. I appreciate it, and I hope everyone had a great night. As for me and Randy, that's going to do it for us. Don't forget, tomorrow night, Racing for a Cause will be at Kentucky Speedway. That will start at 8 p.m. Central. And then next Monday, that's July 23rd at 8 p.m. Central, the OP Racing Superspeedway Series heads back to Talladega, where they will lay down some fast laps there as well. So, guys, that'll do it. Y'all have a good night, and thank you for joining me.